this is you. Let's assume your name is ABC. Behind your name, you want to get the designation which is CGMA. So to get the CGMA, you will have to complete CIMA. To complete CIMA, not like those days, now you have two different paths. So first one is the traditional path. If you are planning to complete CIMA in traditional path, okay. So you know, in traditional path, you will have 4 stages. What are the 4 stages that you have? First one is the foundation, then you will have the operational, then you will have the management, then you will have the strategic. In foundation level, you have 4 exams. In operational, management, strategic. For in each stage, you have 3 exams, OTQ exams, plus for operational management strategy, for each stage, you will have a case study. If you want to complete CIMA in the traditional route, you will have to complete all these exams and you will have to complete all the case studies. Then you can complete the CIMA. Recently, they have introduced a different path to complete CIMA. So what is that path? They named it as FLP. FLP stands for Finance Leadership Program. In this Finance Leadership Program, if you are planning to complete CIMA, you can complete it within a year. What happened was, in FLP, instead of doing these OTQ exams, what they did was they introduced certain assessments. So I am telling, for you to go for this destination which is CIMA, CIMA is your destination, you have 2 paths. This is one path which is the traditional path, other one is the FLP path, Finance Leadership Program. In traditional path, you have OTQ exams and case studies. Okay. In traditional path, there is one problem where students can do the exams when they want. So when you are allowed to do the exams when you want, when you get the comfort, most of the students, what they tend to do, they tend to delay the exams because they can do the exams when they want, not the case study. Case study, there are 4 sessions for a year. Apart from case studies, if you take the foundation OTQ exams and operational management OTQ exams, you can do anytime that you want. So as a result, what happened was certain students took like 5 years, 6 years. There were even certain students took 10 years to complete CIMA. So this is a little bit of problem. Why this problem is there? Because students are allowed to do the exams when they want. So that particular problem will be avoided through the FLP. In FLP, what they said was, okay, it's like this. This is you, okay. Now you want to complete your CIMA journey by going through the FLP program, okay. So in FLP program, if you ask me a question, what is the entry route? What is the entry point? Actually, it depends. Sometimes you might have completed a bachelor's, sometimes you might have completed master's. So it depends actually. Entry point is depends. Most of the students who are coming to the FLP route, they are coming after completing the foundation level of the CIMA. So let me picture it like this. This is you. You are done with CIMA foundation program. Okay, you are done with the foundation level. Once you are done with the foundation level, you have 2 options. What are the 2 options? That means this is not there, okay, because you have already completed it. What are the 2 options that you have? Since you have completed the CIMA foundation level, you can choose the traditional path. If you choose the traditional path, you will have these OTQ exams and you will have case studies. Okay. If not, you can get into the FLP path. In FLP path, what you have to understand, you will not have these exams. Instead of exams, let it be for operational level, let it be for management level, let it be for strategic level, you will not have any exams. Instead, you will have assessments. Instead, you will have assessments for all the stages. Not like the traditional route. In FLP, you will have only assessments. In traditional route, you have exams. Let's assume you failed an exam, you will have to pay and you will have to resit. If you fail again, you will have to pay and you will have to resit. But in FLP, that problem is not there because you don't have exams. This particular exam set is eliminated. Instead, what you have? Assessments. So you have to repeat the assessments until your knowledge level come to the standard that they are expecting. It is an assessment. Now you might ask me a question, okay, don't we have any pass marks? Yes, there is, but it's like this. You can repeat the assessments. In certain assessments, let's assume you are getting wrong answers. Your knowledge is not there up to the standard that CIMA is expecting. Then you will have to retake the assessments again and again until your knowledge is up to the standard where CIMA is expecting. So you will have competencies, you will have to complete all these competencies. So simply what you have to understand, here you have exams, here you have assessments, but here you can repeat the assessments until you get your knowledge up to the standard that they're expecting. Do you have to pay again and again and again and again? No, you can repeat it. But your case studies will be there as it is. I told you, if you are going in the traditional route, you will have exams and case studies. But here you don't have any exams, you have assessments, but you will have to do the case studies. You will have to do the case studies. Case studies cannot be eliminated. You have to do. Let it be traditional route, let it be the FLP route, whatever the route that you are selecting, you will have to do the case studies. In this FLP, how it is happening? I told you, in the normal route, in the traditional route, there is a problem where students are taking too much of time to complete CIMA because they are doing the exams in their own comfort. But here that particular problem is eliminated. Why? What they said was, this is something like subscription model. You are allowed to go in this path only for a year. That means you will make a subscription payment. A payment will be made. I'll tell you what is that payment is. Okay. You will make a payment, a certain amount. Within a year, you will have to complete all the assessments and you will have to complete all the case studies within a year. Let's assume you couldn't complete it. So if you take Netflix, okay, when you make the subscription payment for that given period only, you will be allowed to use it. Again, if you want to use the service for another period, you will have to pay the subscription, then only you will have to use that service. Here also same. For the subscription payment that you are making, you are allowed to go in this path only for a year. So within a year, by nature as human being, you will try to complete it, right? Because you are not required to pay it again. You will not pay it again, no? Because you don't like to pay it again. So you will try to complete it within a year. Now let's assume, okay, I finished the CIMA foundation level. I got into the FLP route by making the first subscription payment. So you are allowed to go in this path for a year. Within a year, you were able to complete only 2 stages. Let's assume, hypothetically, okay. You were able to complete only operational level assessments and the case study, management level assessments and the case study. Now what will happen? 1 year is over. Subscription expired. you will have two options. What are the two options? One option is renew the subscription and you can complete your strategic assessments and the case study. That is one option that you have. Another option that you have, exit from the FLP route, you can come to the traditional route. So since you have completed the operational level assessments and the case studies, management level assessments and the case studies, when you come to the traditional route, you have to do all the strategic exams, because now you are in the traditional route. So you will have to do all the strategic level exams, then you can do the SCS, which is the strategic case study. So these are the two options that you have. What are the two options? Very simple. Within a year, if you couldn't complete all the assessments and all three case studies, two options. First option, renew it, make the payment for another 1 year, and you can finish off all the remaining assessments and the case studies. If not, what you can do, exit from this route, come to the traditional route, finish off whatever the OTQ exams that you have to complete and finish off the case studies. Then you can complete CIMA, and by showing the experience you can get the CGMA as well. Another one more thing I want to tell you. I told you here you will have to do the case studies also within a year. Okay. You are allowed to sit only 2 times per case study. That means per case study you are getting only 2 attempts. Maximum 2 attempts. This subscription payment that you are making per case study exam, it is covering only 2 attempts. Let's take an example. You are going to do OCS exams. Okay. You did it and you failed. First attempt, failed. Second attempt, should you have to pay? No, you are not required to pay anything, because in this subscription they have covered 2 attempts per case study. Second attempt you did, again you failed. That's it. Now you are going to do the third attempt. For third attempt you will have to pay. So do remember, in this subscription payment that you are making, it is covering only 2 attempts per case study. So for operational level 2 attempts, management level 2 attempts, strategic level 2 attempts. But if you take 2 attempts, obviously you will not be able to finish within a year. It will take more than a year. So try to finish off within the first attempt itself. So do remember, this subscription payment is covering only 2 attempts per case study. Now let me come to the last point. The last point is, okay, to get this subscription, now you wanted to proceed your CIMA journey and you are planning to go for CGMA by selecting the FLP route. Okay, how much is the subscription payment? You are done with foundation, how much is the subscription payment? That's the question. So it depends actually, country to country it is changing. I am giving you an approximate average actually. So for a year approximately it is coming, I am giving you an average value. Okay, country to country it is changing. On average it is $2,000 per year. So if you couldn't complete, if you are renewing it, again you will have to pay another 2,000. But there are certain options, like you can directly get the subscription for 2 years, but I don't recommend it. Try to get it for a year and try to finish off within a year. So this is the new route that CIMA introduced to complete CIMA within a year. What is that route? FLP, Finance Leadership Program. So here I hope I gave you a comprehensive idea about the FLP. I have already done a video about CIMA, a comprehensive video. What is CIMA, what are the stages, how many exams, what are the subjects, all these things are included in another video. So once this video is over, you can see somewhere over here it will pop up, you can click it and you can watch it. And at last, if you have not subscribed my channel, subscribe it, and on the bell icon, in future whatever the videos that I am posting, you will be able to watch it.